Hello and welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint Show. I am your host, Jay Jones. Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the Black community by promoting business ownership. If you are currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, we invite you to join us every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 190. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have a dynamic and informative show for you as always. Now, today's show topic is actually not the show that was supposed to be played today. I had a very high-profile guest that had to reschedule our interview, so today I'm actually doing the show that was scheduled for the following week, but actually things kind of worked out anyway. Today's show topic is control is the key to your success. Control is the key to your success. And actually, in the last 2 days, 2 instances actually brought this topic up. And I said, you know what? That must be a sign. So let me do this show this week. And one of the first instances was one of our BEB family members, and also he was a guest on the show, Mr. Nick Eaton, sent out a tweet about a company that was called Little Things, and how because they didn't control the platform that they built their company on, which was Facebook, that they lost 75% of their actual Facebook followers based on a change by Facebook to their algorithm. So they didn't control their platform. Now, the other conversation or incident that I had was I just talked to my oldest daughter, who's a senior in college, getting ready to graduate in May. And she was talking about, oh, yeah, Dad, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got a couple of job offers. I think I might take the offer with the most money so I can actually stack some money and be able to do what I want and things of that nature. And I told her, I said, freeze. I said, every time or any time you take money from somebody, you're not in control. So whoever's paying you is in control. Oh, yeah, Dad, but I'll be able to do my projects and all. I said, your time isn't even yours. But that's something that she's going to have to understand. And it's kind of funny because I talk about control all the time. You don't want to be a control freak, but we're going to talk about 8 things as a business owner and as a person that you need to have some type of control over. So that's today's show. First thing I want to talk about is pretty obviously at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, we want to be entrepreneurs, or we currently are entrepreneurs. And so the first thing we want to control is our own destiny. All right. We need to control our own destiny. And the only way to do that is to bet on yourself, meaning that you need to have your own business so you can control how much you make, when you work, what you're working on, and whatever other decisions you want. Now, controlling your own destiny doesn't mean that everything is gravy. Obviously, as an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, you're going to have to put that work in. So we don't mind hard work, but you need to control your own destiny or you're going to be controlled. So anytime you're receiving a paycheck, unless you're the boss's daughter or the boss's son, you're going to be controlled, right? So it doesn't matter. And that's what I was trying to get through to my daughter. You can go after the dollars if you want, or you can move towards your passion. My daughter says she doesn't want to work for anybody, but I said, you know what? Sometimes you have to know what you don't like before you know what you do like. So I said, go out there. If you get a good offer or offers that you like, then go ahead and move forward with it. And now, if you do decide to be an entrepreneur, you know that, okay, I did corporate America and this is the reason, or these are the reasons why I left. I understand now. It's finite. I understand why I left. If you never go to corporate and never experience that, then you may always think back, man, maybe I should have gone into corporate. So sometimes you learn what you like by learning what you don't like. It's aversion. All right. I want to avert being told what to do every day when I go to work. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So, aspect that you need, number one, is to control your own destiny. And the only way you do that is by blazing your own path, being an entrepreneur. And just because you're an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you can do what you want, when you want, whatever, who you want, because now you have customers that you have to answer to. But if you build the system correctly, then you don't have to do the day-to-day work. As they say, work on your business, not in your business. Second thing you want to control is your time. You want to control your time. And I tell you guys this all the time. As an entrepreneur that has the majority of my income coming from e-commerce, and it's set up where I don't have to physically really do too much, but set up my campaigns, my programs, get my products to Amazon or my other fulfillment house that I use for my other e-commerce sites, controlling your time is big. And I say it all the time, but it was so near and dear to me when my girls were playing field hockey in high school. I was able to go to all the games, home games, away games, scrimmages, summer league games, club team games. I didn't miss a game for the last 3 years that my youngest daughter was in high school. And that's something that was near and dear to me. So I was able to travel. So over the Christmas break one year, her senior year in high school, we went to a tournament in Naples, Florida. Everybody went down there. My wife was off because she's in the school system. And I didn't have to ask my boss, hey, can I take off for 5 to 7 days to go down to Florida for the tournament? So to me, it was energizing or refreshing because I've been on the other end when there were things that I wanted to do with my family or just in general, and I wasn't able to do them because I didn't have the time. I didn't control my own time. So one of the best things for the way I created my business now is I can do most of it on my laptop. As long as I got internet connection, I can do it anywhere I am. So I could be remote. I've done a show from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn one time because I was up there with my daughter over the summer. So I can do it anywhere. I've actually recorded an episode in Florida before. I just never mentioned it. So I can record the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint podcast anywhere. So being able to control your time. Number 3, what you want to control the direction of your business. So as entrepreneurs and prospective entrepreneurs, we need to really take control of that direction. And I talked on several episodes of the show about when my buddies and I owned this bamboo pillow business, which was a complete mess. And it was a retail business where we were selling these bamboo pillows in retail carts and kiosks in several different malls. And because it was 3 of us, we each had a third say in the business. So if I got outvoted 2-1, then I couldn't take the business in the direction that I wanted it to go. So sometimes the only partner you need is none. Okay. Make sure when you have a business partner or partners that you're all on the same page. The direction that you want to take the business in is everybody agrees on that. So you'll be able to move forward. If not, you're going to be stymied. Now, once again, today's show topic is control is the key to your success. So the first thing you want to control is your own destiny. Second thing is control of your time. Third thing is control over the direction of your business. Number 4 is control your products or services. And the way you do this is you own the products or services. Now, I'm not saying you can't make money and build a successful business without owning the products or services. But when you do not own the products or services, you can't control the pricing and you can't control the distribution. And those are 2 of the biggest factors in the success of a business. So controlling your products or services. Remember, there are only 6 things that you can sell. Only 6 things that you can sell, or 6 categories. You can sell your physical products, your digital products, and your services. That's 3. Or you can sell somebody else's physical products, somebody else's digital products, or somebody else's services. If there's something that I missed in there, please let me know. But there are only 6 things that you can actually sell. That's it, or 6 categories of things you can actually sell. So being able to control your products or services by owning them. So that's why I talk about private label. So my products that I have when my e-commerce businesses, they're all branded under my company's different names, the product brand name. So you're not going to find my products. I'm selling like whatever, Clairol hairspray or whatever, Listerine mouthwash. I'm not selling any of that. They may be manufactured by the same company, but it's going to have my brand on it. So I can control that. I can control my pricing and my distribution. Where do I want those products sold? Okay. If you don't have any of that, if you can't control your products or service by not owning them, then you can't control anything. All right. So just say, for example, you're reselling a product and that manufacturer goes out of business. What are you going to do? You got to find another product. Fifth thing that you need to control is your marketing for your business. How do you market? How do people perceive your business? And what's your image? What's your company image? What's your brand image? So you need to be able to control your marketing. So if I say Mercedes-Benz, most people know the tagline to Mercedes-Benz advertising, the ultimate driving machine. Everything that they do coincides with that message. It's a high-end luxury car. So you're going to see high-end production commercials, high-end images, if it's video images, if it's commercials, if it's print advertising. That marketing is going to coincide to the message. So you need to control your marketing. And I know sometimes we can't control every facet of our marketing. We may push off our social media marketing to an agency or things of that nature, but you need to understand what you're trying to get through to your prospective customer. Controlling your marketing. The sixth thing that you need to control, and this is real big, is your platform. Being able to control your platform. And I talked about it briefly, but Little Things is a website that used to generate 50 million page views a month. And because Facebook changed its news feed algorithm, they now are down to about 12 million views per month or visitors per month. And basically the company is shut down. The company started, I believe, in 2014. It gained a lot of traction and it was doing great business. I think they had over or just about 100 employees. But when Facebook now changed its algorithm, so you're going to see more things in your news feed from people that you know, friends and things like that. You're not going to see as many advertisers or national, advertisers in your news feed. And so when you do not control your platform, you're at the mercy of that platform. So now this company started in 2014 now. It's only 2018. Was doing crazy business. And all it took was one algorithm change in Facebook and they actually just shut the company down. It's crazy. So you need to control your platform. And I've told this story on a couple episodes before, but I'm going to tell it again about Amazon. When I got my first private label product and put it on Amazon, I had one product. And it was selling like gangbusters. Product was for like $129. It cost me about, all landed from China, $10.78. So the margin was ridiculous. So I'm doing all types of pay-per-click. The product was a perceived high-end product. And what happened was, this was November. I first put the product on the market in July of that year, and I was rolling. In November, which is the start of your holiday season, I get an email from Amazon that says, now I did have my own website, but I wasn't really marketing it. And Amazon was my primary tool, platform to sell on. So I get an email from Amazon and it says, your product has been suspended. And I'm like, huh? And what happened was somebody had made a complaint to Amazon when they got the product that the product wasn't the same product they ordered. Now, I don't know how that could have happened because all of my products were done through fulfillment by Amazon, which means that I send all my inventory to Amazon and then Amazon does the picking, packing, and shipping. So I don't know if Amazon sent them the wrong product or not. But when they got that complaint, they shut me down. Now, they shut me down for 6 days, I believe, in November, right before Black Friday. And what they had to do was they'd had to go to every warehouse where they had my product. And I think I was probably in like 4 or 5 different warehouses with 100 units or whatever in each warehouse, probably even more than that. And they had to go and look at every box, look at it, make sure the SKU barcode matched the actual product, and they put it back on the shelf. But they said, we can't tell you how long this is going to take. It's going to take how long it ever takes. So finally, after 6.5, close to 7 days, they put my product, they let it get back on. I could start selling again. But I was actually netting like over $1,200 to $1,500 a day in profits. So for that 7 days, I lost like 10 stacks. And that was because I did not control the platform. It's Amazon's game. Amazon is you want to be on there, but I learned right then, don't make that your only platform, because I had one product and pretty much one platform. And when that got shut down, it was a wrap pretty much. If they would have not let my product get back on the active list, I would have been screwed. So once again, 6, the thing you need to control is your platform. All right. The 7th thing you need to control is your revenue. And I'm going to use Bill O'Reilly as an example. So for those of you who don't know Bill O'Reilly, he is was a Fox right-wing broadcaster, just like what's the Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh type of right-wing nut job. And he was actually accused of some sexual misconduct by some co-workers, and he lost not all, but 90% of his sponsorship for his Fox News TV show. And so once he lost his sponsorship, and this happened in like a week, it was a wrap. Fox was like, you know what? We love you and all that, but we lost a ton of revenue because of your actions. And so that's one of the reasons people ask me all the time, why don't I have advertising or sponsors for my podcast and also the BlackEntrepreneurBlueprint.com, the blog? And the reason is because I want to be able to control what I say, and I'm not letting anybody else control me. Now, and I've mentioned this before, I've turned down over $10,000 a month in sponsorship from several companies, several large companies, several small companies. And if I took all the sponsorships, I'd make $10,000 a month doing exactly what I'm doing now. But to me, control is more important, because I don't want to be like Bill O'Reilly. If I say something, and sometimes I'll say something off the top of my head that I probably shouldn't say, on the podcast. Sometimes I'm like, man, I probably shouldn't have said that. But I don't want to have anybody controlling what I say, because this is all me. I want to say what I want to say, do what I want to do. And if I have somebody else paying me, then I'm not in control of that. Would I like an extra $10,000 a month? Hell yeah. I got 2 kids in college. I got a mortgage. I got a wife. I got things I want to do. But to me, it's not worth it. I'm not going to bite my tongue, and my feelings are my feelings, and I'm going to express those feelings. So I'm not going to have any sponsors on here telling me that, oh, I don't like what you said, or they're going to pull their sponsorship away. I don't need it. I'll make my money other ways. All right. So number 6, controlling your own platform. The 7th thing you need to control is your revenue. That was 7, was your revenue. Number 8, you want to control your content. You need to own your content. So intellectual property. So just like I'm writing my book now, A New Black Wall Street, I'm going to own that content. That's coming out in about 10 days. My print content, my digital content. This podcast is audio content. I own this. So nobody can take it from me. I own this. And so you need to be able to control your content, because if you don't have original content, what is it? What are you doing? Now, of course, you're not going to have everything original, but you do want to start creating your own content. So control is the key to your success. And I'm just going to breeze over these 8 things real quick, and then I just want to tell you another quick story. So control your own destiny. That's by having your own business, doing what God put you here to do. Number 2, you need to control your time. And the only way you can control your time is if you're not getting a paycheck from somebody else. I don't care what you say and how you cut it. If somebody's paying you, they're controlling your time. Number 3, control the direction of your business. Are we going to go this way? We're going to left, or we're going to go right? We're going to pull back, or we're going to pivot, or we're going to reinvent ourselves. controlling the direction of your business. Number 4, control your products or services by owning them. Try to own your products or services. So when you own your products or services, you can control your pricing and you can control distribution. And I'm going to use the bamboo pillow for an example on this too. So when we were selling the bamboo pillow, which was what it's called, we were actually distributors. So we'd have people come up to our kiosks and carts in the mall. They do the demo. Oh, the pillow is great. Then they get on their phone and like, oh man, y'all are selling it for $49. I see it here online for $39. And what can you do? I wasn't controlling the product. I didn't control the pricing. They told me what I needed to sell the price at. And I damn sure didn't control the distribution. So my thought was, all right, well, let's go direct to the manufacturer and we rebrand this under our own pillow. And that's where me and my partners got into an argument about the direction of the company. One of my partners was like, yo, I just want to sell pillows. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. You need to be building a brand. And so that's a long story short. But number 4 is control your products or services. Number 5, control your marketing. How you market yourself, how people perceive your business and your brand, your image. Like I used the example of Mercedes-Benz, the ultimate driving machine. People know that's a high-end luxury vehicle, and everything that they do in terms of their marketing is consistent with that. Number 6, control your platform. And I gave you guys the great example of the website Little Things. It was doing 50 million unique visitors a month, down to about 12 million unique visitors a month, and actually shut down because the platform that they used to get most of their traffic was Facebook. And Facebook changed their newsfeed algorithm, where now you're going to see, instead of seeing ads for businesses, you're going to see more stuff from your friends. And so they didn't control the platform. And that's what happens. I do want to add too, I don't care if you're building your business using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Always, always, always make sure you build your email list, because that's going to be there regardless of what social media platforms come and go. Building an email list. That's the true key. And you see what happened right here with Little Things. They were building everything off of Facebook. Now they lost it all and actually went out of business. So always get your email addresses when you do your opt-in forms and things of that nature. Number 7, control your revenue. Once again, Bill O'Reilly was making tons of money, did some things that Fox didn't like, lost all his advertisers pretty much in a week. He was gone. And that's why I said, I don't have any sponsors or advertisers on my podcast or on the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint blog, because I want to be able to do and say whatever the hell I want over these airwaves without somebody looking over my shoulder saying, oh, we don't like that. We're actually going to pull your monthly revenues. And like I said, I've been offered over $10,000 a month from several companies. I'm talking about combined, not one company. That would be nice. But I still wouldn't take it. But the dollars didn't mean more to me than my freedom of speech and being able to say what I want to say. When I talked about the riots in Charlottesville, I'll talk about all kinds of stuff. I know I keep it to entrepreneurship, but sometimes I'm going to go off track if there's something happening that I feel that we need to discuss. So controlling your revenue sources. All of my revenue sources are independent of the actual sponsorship of the podcast. All my revenue sources are through different business entities and things of that nature. So I can do what I want to do and say what I want to say on my podcast. And that's the way I wanted it. So I can be true to myself and true to my people. And the 8th thing that you need to control is your content. Own your content, man. Own your content. It's okay to rehash other people's content, but your intellectual property, own that. It's worth something. If you're printing or writing a book like I'm in the process now, own that. I'm self-publishing, but my other company, which I own, is the publishing company. So own your content. And digital content, podcasts, videos, the whole 9. Own that. Now, it's funny because one of the BEB family members, young brother that had a business, then he ended up going back to corporate, kind of the thing that I did at first. I had been talking to him. He's been running a couple of ideas by me. And so good young brother. And he shot me a text just today. And I'm not going to give you his name, but this is why I talk about control. All right, so he had his own business. Things happened. He had to go back to corporate. And then he started working for a company. as a general manager, so to speak, and he was building revenues for this company, blowing it out the water for him. And this is the exact text. He said, the CFO at my job just told me that he thinks that giving me $100 on a $20,000 sale is fair commission. Yeah, it's almost time to go. I'm going to read that again. The CFO at my job just told me that he thinks that giving me $100 on a $20,000 sale is fair commission. Yeah, it's almost time to go. Yeah, you're right about that, my brother. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, the industry that they're in, a lot of their work is service work. So that $20,000 commission is probably high margin profits to them. Now, I'd be surprised if they're not making $10,000 or more off of that $20,000 transaction. And the CFO said, I'm going to give you $100. Well, damn, that's nothing for bringing in that type of revenue and that type of profitability. But what it is, once again, he doesn't have that control. And this is what makes people start wilding out sometimes. Yo, I'm bringing in this and you going to give me what? $100? Man, I'll take that $100 and smack you in your face. That's what you feel like. You know, because it's disrespectful. I'm helping building your company, and not just that sale, but what he's done for the company in general to build it up. And that's the thanks that he gets. And so when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, it's time to do something. It's time to do something. So control is the key to your success. And I'm not saying be a control freak, but the more things that you can control, your destiny, number one, then you'll be in a much better position. And like I said, my oldest daughter, I said, you may want to go in corporate. If you chasing the dollar, you're going to make more money in corporate starting out as you are in your business. So if that's what you want to do, then you go ahead. But I told her you can end up like another family member of mine who started making money, always talked about leaving, but the more money he made, the more promotions that he got. Yeah, he'd be like, yeah, 1 more year, man, 1 more year, 2 more years. And when I get this amount of money, I'm going to do this. And it never ended. It never ended. He never did what he was supposed to do. He had told me years ago what was in his heart, what God gave him to do. And he never did it because he was chasing the almighty dollar. And trust me, I know we need money to live and function in this world. But there's something greater than the dollar. All right. It's something called fulfillment, satisfaction of what you do. When you go to a job every day that you can't stand for money, and I've done it, it makes you feel like a cheap whore. I'm telling you, that's how I felt. And I hope I don't offend anybody. I didn't mean anything like that, but that's how I felt. I'm over here getting pimped because I need this money when I know this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. So it's almost like you either pimp or get pimped. And I'm not saying it in a bad way, but hey, if you're working for the money and you don't truly love what you do, and you know what you're doing is not what you would be doing if you had your druthers, that means you taking an L. You taking shorts. You're doing it for the money. And what happens is, just like my cousin and myself, you get caught up, you're making the money, now your lifestyle increases. Oh, you're making more money. Well, I can buy this car now. Oh, I can buy this house now. I'll take this vacation now. And that's what the man wants you to do. I had a sales manager years ago. He was like, I just started the job right out of college. Yeah, go out and buy the car that you want, because this way it'll make you work hard. I looked around like, man, this dude must be insane. Why would I do that? But that's what a lot of times they want you to do. They want you to be in debt. Now, you can be in debt financially, or you can be in debt at your job just by going to your job. All right. The true freedom comes when you have your own, and when you're able to create the type of lifestyle or type of business, that fits around your lifestyle. That's when true freedom comes. So control is the key to your success. And if you're not controlling it, then you're at somebody else's, you're beholden to somebody else. That's all it is. It's plain and simple. I can't put it any cleaner than that. I can put it where the goats can get it. All right. You got to start being able to control. So if you're in a situation right now where you're not in control of anything, then you need to start taking the steps to be able to control your life and control your destiny. As I get older and I see my kids growing up, I'm like, God willing, I don't know how much time I have left on this earth. But I always think every day that I wake up is a blessing, but it's also one less day that I'm going to have on this earth. And so as I see my kids getting a little older and being teenagers and young adults right now, I'm like, you know what? I don't know how much time I got left. And so I need to start working smarter, harder, and trying to get to the point where I want to be. I'm doing well. I mean, I can't complain about that. But there's certain things I need to put into play that I haven't done yet. They're on the list, and I'm praying I'll be able to get to do it. It's a certain type of lifestyle because I'm ready to be able to kick back. I want to have passive income. I'm never going to retire or totally stop working because that's just not me. I need to do something. But I want to get to a point where I'm not hustling as much as I'm hustling now. And I got to keep pushing forward. So if you're at the point A and you're trying to get to point B, keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. Once you take control, trust me, you're going to move a hell of a lot faster than when you're under somebody else's thumb. And that's what I was trying to explain to my daughter because she's a creative. And she was like, yeah, well, if I go get a job and get this money, then I can work on my writing. I can do that. I can do that. I said, nah, babe. I said, you'll have an opportunity to do that. But I said, once you start going into the workforce and you getting up at 6:30 in the morning or whatever, 6 o'clock. I used to leave my house at 6:30 and get home at 7 at night when I was working for other people. And I'm like, by the time you get home, get yourself something to eat, you really think you're going to have time to really write? You have to be very disciplined. So I said, that's cool. I said, sometime you got to bump your head. Go into corporate. I said, you might want to try that. Get your paper or whatever, go into corporate. And like I said earlier in the show, sometimes you don't know what you like until you know what you don't like. And so when somebody starts harassing you, getting on your ass about your work performance or whatever, and if you get tired of that, you're like, you know what, I did corporate. And when you leave now, you can leave knowing that, okay, I tried that, didn't work. And that's why I kind of told her, I said, go into corporate first. Get that experience, take whatever resources and leverage any contacts or resources that you can in corporate. And if you truly want to be an entrepreneur, you'll find a way to make it happen. You will find a way to make it happen. That's the problem with a lot of us right now is that we're talking about it, but we haven't been pressed enough to find a way to make it happen. What's the old saying? Change isn't made until the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of change. Change is never made until the pain of staying the same, doing nothing, outweighs the pain of change. So once that happens, that's when people usually start to do something. How many of you guys know people that talking about starting a business 10 years ago and still hadn't done it? 5 years ago. And then there's people that have no choice. They may have lost their job, but they don't have any other options. That's the reluctant entrepreneur. You need to be an entrepreneur who plans. If you're working for corporate America, plan your exit. Do what you need to do to set your business up, be it part-time or whatever. Depends on obviously what type of business you want, so you can make that transition. But the whole key is control. Control is the key to your success. The more things that you can control, the faster you'll move from employee to entrepreneur, if that's where your situation, or the faster you'll move to a better lifestyle. Controlling your destiny, controlling your time, controlling the direction of your company, controlling your products and services, controlling your marketing, controlling your platform, controlling your revenue, and controlling your content. Those are just 8 things that you need to control, if possible. And I know there's more, but those are the 8 that I came up with. So I love you guys. Before we close out today, once again, I'm waiting on word from CPA Thane Martin. We're going to do a live call-in show, and he's my CPA, great brother, and he's going to talk about the new tax laws and how it's going to affect us as entrepreneurs. Hopefully, we'll have that info in the next couple of days, and we'll get that out to you via social media. Also, check out my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get these subscribers up, guys, so go to YouTube, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, subscribe to the channel because I have content coming out there that's not on the podcast. Usually it's short content, maybe 10, 15 minutes or something like that. But things that I think are important that hit me. And if it hits me like today, I'll go on and do a YouTube video today. So definitely please subscribe. YouTube, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Also, my book, A New Black Wall Street, should be coming out within the next 10 days, hopefully, waiting for the last edits to get done. And I'll definitely let you guys know about that. I'm trying to do some grassroots traveling and book signings. So if you know any good bookstores in your city or whatever, let me know, because I'm trying to shake hands and kiss babies and meet as many BEB family members as I can. I got something set up for California within a couple months. I'm trying to do Cali, New York, DC, Chicago, Philly, and anywhere in between. So if you know anybody, or if you want to host a book signing, let me know. And if you need to contact me, hit me at jjones@blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. That's JAYJONES, blackentrepreneurblueprint.com. Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Twitter, jjones001. Instagram, jjones4real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL. And YouTube, as I just mentioned, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. So definitely trying to get out here. And like I said, do this grassroots approach. I love meeting the BEB family members, talking to them on the phone, connecting with them. It gives me energy. And I just want to let you guys know, like I say, every week, please continue to spread the word about the podcast. We're growing and growing and growing. We'll be a little over 3 years. We're coming up on episode 200 soon, which is crazy. When I started it, I didn't even know how long this was going to last. But I attribute all the growth and success to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint podcast and blog to you guys. And I love you. And please continue to spread the word. I'll see you same time next week. Peace.